Yeah, he relaxes if he gets in the water if you shoot him.
Okay, do not shoot the big dude. Do not shoot the big dude. It's like resolution. Do not shoot the big dude.
So Pavlov on the PC is the best option for first-person shooting action, and this is a mod that has blown my expectations away.
You can't just sit there and not expect to die.
What you're seeing is the Zombies map Call of the Dead, and currently the closest Call of Duty Zombies port we may have for a while, but thankfully there are people interested in bringing that experience to VR.
You got a little something behind you.
And it being in the early stages doesn't mean it's rushed or unpolished at all. George is actually programmed to behave like he does in Black Ops 1, and right off the bat I was pretty interested to see just how far they pushed the mod.
Any good weapons on the boat?
You said you were meowing aggressively at people. Wait, what? It's like
Right away this takes you back to Black Ops 1 with the graphics alone, and even though I didn't play Call of the Dead back when it came out, it takes you back to Black Ops 1 with the graphics pretty much dragged and dropped into Pavlov, which surprisingly don't destroy my computer or hiccup too much trying to play this, and thankfully corners are pretty forgiving to navigate also. So I'm gonna assume that they did some extra work to kinda smooth some edges and make it a little bit more playable in VR, and also make it a little bit more optimized, which is awesome.
This is dumb. No, I want that. I really want that. No, no. There we go. Jesus.
When I can actually figure out how to play the fucking game. Pavlov has been getting a lot of zombies maps as well as custom zombie maps, and I'm glad to see that importing them has been pretty successful for the most part, judging by how well they're worked on. Even though there aren't a ton right now, they still seem to release pretty frequently. Here there's a slide on the back of the ray gun, and I don't seem to remember that being part of the reload animation, so I may just be remembering it wrong, but it definitely looked really dumb at the moment.
I'm currently training the last dude.
Having never played Call of the Dead back in the day, it's great to have a new map with a game mode I'm already familiar with and a totally new map. I felt a little bit more comfortable exploring, and within my first game I ended up spending a couple hours and went on a couple rounds.
Oh, nice. Hey, I got one of those. There's a piece right here, right in the back. Make sure you hit it right. Yeah, yeah. Ooh,
Like,
fuck
well,
yeah. Let's go.
Wait,
that's all I need.
Yeah, it's a pistol.
Widow's Wine. What? Let's go.
All the fun stuff like training zombies, spinning the box, buying perks, that's all stuff you're going to be doing here. One of my favorite things you get to experience by playing COD Zombies in VR is the manual reloads take the immersion levels up a couple levels. And certain guns you may already know have reloads you can now do yourself, and that's awesome. Making guns like the Wonder Waffles sweet to get all over again is 100% my favorite aspect introduced into a survival game mode. Some perks end up making a return here and there, like Widow's Wine, Speed Cola, Juggernog, and Double Tap, although I'm not sure what Speed Cola would do for you in VR. But back to the guns, you can have up to 2 holsters on your legs and 1 on your back. So realistically in zombies you can carry 4 weapons and technically 5 if you're dual wielding. Which, I mean, of course isn't practical, but in terms of style points, come on.
Oh shit, he's on my ass. Ah, damn it.
The zombies seem to have pretty accurate pathing compared to Black Ops 1, which isn't saying much, and the geometry of the map seems to be pretty smooth when you're navigating it. The zombies still get stuck here and there, but on these Call of Duty maps, they don't seem to get stuck outside the map, which is a godsend. I would actually say that there are some pros and cons when you compare the movement system to Call of Duty and Pavlov.
That is stiff. You can't kill him. Oh my god, how the fuck? There's Deadshot.
One of the new additions, as you can see in the Call of Duty VR port, is friendly fire and being able to actually down your teammates. I can definitely see this encouraging being more careful while you're aiming and stuff like that, but I mean, when there's hordes of zombies, I'm not too sure if it's necessarily a great addition for a survival mode like this. But if you have your own opinion, I'm all ears, so let me know. Me personally, I feel like hitboxes and latency not being as good as it probably could be in most scenarios kind of gets in the way of that being a fun thing and turns it into more of a tedious run-ending scenario. If you're paying attention to my reloads, especially with this drum mag, you can see when I go to put the mag back on my body, it actually just drops off. And in other game modes you can save your ammo that way, but I don't think that's a thing in this.
Don't come looking for me. Nope. I ran out of ammo.
But as far as content goes for zombies maps, so far we have Star Wars, Halo, and a few Call of Duty maps, and more keep coming, so as a fan of survival modes, I'm pretty hyped. Some of you may know there is a Shack beta version of Pavlov, but being a standalone on Quest, it doesn't stand a chance of matching up to what you're seeing here. Thankfully they nailed programming even the more basic stuff like general mechanics such as wall buys or reviving or the mystery box. Just kind of work the way you'd expect them to, which is always appreciated when you're playing custom maps or custom zombies content, especially in something that's not even the base game and is being modded into a whole other game entirely.
Anyone alive? Yeah, I'm gonna take that as a no.
My experience with Call of Duty Zombies goes pretty far back. It goes to when I was in middle school. I'm approaching my mid-20s now. So I've been playing for a little while here, but since I do love the game mode so much, it's been a little bit harder for me to actually enjoy the direction it's gone in recently. but this breathes whole new life into the whole concept of survival modes in general, but zombies being played in VR is just the coolest thing, and I don't know how long it's going to take for me to get over it, but right now it's definitely one of the things that I'm looking forward to when I hop into Pavlov, and I'm looking for a server to warm up on. Collecting an arsenal of weapons throughout your match in a typical zombies game is normally the highlight for me, and seeing how far I can get and manage my resources. But in this, I more often than not fall into the power fantasy of being John Wick in a zombie apocalypse, and it's just the best.
Nice. Your dad was calling. Happens. What? How? Yo, how did you?
Once you get into it, it really is just like classic zombies. And what you're seeing here is a pretty advanced technique. Hundo P, brother. It is pretty easy to spend a lot of time in this game mode, so you spend a lot of time getting used to the weapons. And back in the day, it was kind of my goal to see how good I could get while swapping out my kit constantly and trying out new perks and trying out new routes and stuff. But here I find myself focusing a lot more on my positioning and making sure my path is clear, which is still important in the base game. But I also spend time making sure my shots are gonna line up and I'm going to be at the best angle to take out as many zombies as I can, which is just a really satisfying gameplay loop to find yourself in and start getting good at.
Alright, open up the door.
Alright, I got you. The lighthouse? Oh, you're buying the box. What the fuck? You're spending all your money trying to... Why don't you open the door? Because... I don't want to spend my points just because you asked me to.
Normally when I hop on Pavlov, I'm able to find a Call of Duty Zombies map server here or there. I know there's a 24-hour Star Wars one that's open currently, but I'm not too sure how many people know that you can just play straight up Call of Duty Zombies in VR without having to mod. Call of Duty, Black Ops, anything. You can just go into Pavlov and go right into a map and find one and start playing with your friends. Some maps have like insane player counts. Like, it's just so accessible, and I don't see too many people talking about it, or at least not as many as I feel like should. So that's pretty much why I'm making this video here. I'm hoping putting this out into the ether, it may gain some traction here or there, and just more and more people talking about it will mean more and more people are able to hear the conversation, and hopefully I'll start seeing more zombies servers out there. I mean, I do love me a good survival game mode. But with that being said, we're at the last bit of gameplay I have here, so I'm gonna let that roll out. It's basically me showing off what Widow's Wine does. Doesn't seem to be as useful as it is in Black Ops. But thank you, as always, for watching this far, or watching to the end of the video.